What is the Spark Hire interview? A lot of people might be interested in a position, whether in the United States or wherever in the world you are, and you are asked to complete a Spark Hire interview and you're not sure what is it. In this video, we will look at what the Spark Hire interview is, how it works, aim of completing such an interview, things you should consider when you're asked to do a Spark Hire interview. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I will provide invaluable insights on the Spark Hire interview. If you're joining this platform for the first time, my name is Dr. Britton, and on this platform, I share with you how you can land a teaching job here in the United States, as well as healthcare possibilities in other countries such as Canada. If these are topics you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video with somebody who may need this information. Before we go any further, for those who have been following my channel for a while, you've asked for some more details about how you can land a teaching job here in the United States. And with that, I will be having a session on March 2nd, 2024. For a small contribution, you can learn a lot on how you can land a job in the United States. Please go on my website, supremacyconnect.com, to get more details. Please check out my community section for the poster and more information on how you can register for this event. Now, without any further ado, let's get straight into the Spark Hire interview. What is the Spark Hire interview? So the Spark Hire interview is a platform that allows employers to conduct remote job interviews with candidates. That means you don't need to be present for this interview. Also, it's usually a one-way interview where you're the only person on the session and you don't need to worry about somebody looking at you at the same time, because basically what it does is you interview by yourself by answering some questions that are provided on the platform. So if you've never experienced a Spark Hire interview before, this is what it is basically like. It's just like me right now sitting here talking to my computer screen. So they will send you a link and you register on the link, and then there's going to be some information on how you need to maneuver the session. They will provide you with some questions, and then you will record yourself answering those questions. In most cases, you can record yourself answering one specific question up to 3 times. Some may be more, some may be less, dependent on the company. You get a chance to record the video, rewatch it, and decide if you want to upload it or if you want to redo it. So that's a plus for the Spark Hire interview. So what it does is enable organizations to streamline their hiring process by using video interviews. So these are very important interviews. You may believe that because there's no one present watching you, it's not important, but that's not so. You want to make sure you put your best foot forward in responding to these questions, and make sure your answers are clear and you are presenting yourself in a confident and positive way, because your employers will be watching these videos. So how does it work? I talk about how it works just now, basically sitting here looking at the screen, responding to the questions and sending those questions in when you are comfortable with them. Okay, so candidates respond to these questions via interview, and their recorded responses can be reviewed by the hiring managers. And as I said earlier, some will allow you to record more than once. If you're not comfortable with the response for your first question, redo the question and get yourself comfortable with what you see before you actually upload it. So it is a good tool, but you just need to make sure you take advantage of it and make the best use of this opportunity that is going to be presenting you to your employer. So what is the aim of the Spark Hire? Basically, they want to see first what you are capable of. Basically, your employer want to see first your capabilities. They want to look at your communication skills. They want to see your personality. They want to see your overall fit for the role that you are being interviewed for. So you want to present yourself well in your Spark hire interview. Don't believe because they're not there presently that they're not going to take this interview seriously. You want to make sure you are presenting yourself just as if you were sitting in front of your hiring manager. So the aim of it is to make the hiring process more efficient and accessible, especially for people who are not present in the country or, in the area that they're interviewing. They want to give you that opportunity to present yourself in an interview where you are recording yourself and sending that recording over to your employers. So please take it very serious. Things to consider. What do you consider or should consider when you're going to do a Spark Hire interview? You want to make sure that you are in a quiet area when you're recording. So these are some of the things you need to consider. Okay, you want to make sure you look at the instructions that it's sent from the employer and also how to set up. The employers will send you information on how to, start the process, or ask your employer questions if you're not sure about a specific guideline. So ask for those guidelines, ask for technical requirements, and also make sure your laptop or whatever instrument you're using is working, your camera is up, your microphone is set up, and they can hear you clearly. Okay. You want to think about the question formats because they can vary, and you want to make sure you are responding to these questions in a positive, clear, understandable way, one that can sell yourself to your employer. You want to also think about the time limit that is given to answer each question, because you might get a question and it gives you 2 minutes to respond. You want to make sure your response is not too short and not too lengthy where it's going to go over the 2-minute time frame. So those are two important things you want to think of: the question format. You want to prepare your questions and so that they're related to your skills and the specific job that you're applying for, as well as the time limit for these questions. So if it's giving you 2 minutes to answer a question, I would not advise you to respond in 30 seconds and be done with that question. You want to find enough information to provide answers to that question. Another thing to consider is that if it is pre-recorded, you likely have to set an amount of time to review your questions before recording your response. So think about those. Once you start recording, your answers will be captured and submitted to the employer. In some cases, it may be submitted automatically, but in most cases you get an opportunity to submit after you are confident with your response. So you want to make sure to take note to see what type of responses, or how is it submitted, or if it is sent automatically. You also want to take note to see if it's going to be a live interview. In a live interview, you connect with the interviewer in real time to make sure the interview connection is stable and be ready to respond to the questions on spot. So yes, Spark Hire may have some live interviews. If you have had a live one, you can leave that in the comment section below so that others can know, and also what company was offering these live Spark Hire interviews. You also want to consider your environment, which we talk about earlier. You want to make sure your environment is quiet, you're paying attention to your surroundings, you have minimum distraction, and you are presenting yourself professionally and in a professional setting. So you don't want your background to have, things that's going to distract your employer. Preferably get a clear background, clear white or cream background that's not going to present any type of distraction for your employer. I know sometimes we like to put decorations in the back, but those can be distracting. So preferably a clear white or cream background. All right. Also, you want to do your technology check to make sure everything is intact. Your microphone is working. We talked about this earlier, and things like that is in place. We talk about professionalism. Also, you want to make sure that you dress professionally, you make eye contact, and you're mindful about your body language. Also, after your Spark Hire interview, you want to follow up with your employer, you want to send them a thank you email to express your appreciation for getting this opportunity to come so far. Because trust, you might believe that you are entitled to a Spark Hire interview, while others might have applied and did not even get an opportunity to do a Spark Hire interview. So you want to show your appreciation, show your interest, reiterate your interest in the position, and let them know you're looking forward to learning and hearing more from them. So you also want to make sure you're prepared, you're maintaining professionalism, you're paying attention to the details, and you can make a positive impression on your Spark Hire interview. That's it, guys, for your Spark Hire interview. If you have questions, you can put those in the comment section below. If you've gotten to the end of this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn your notification bells on. I mentioned earlier, I will be having a information session on March 2 at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check that out on my website at supremacyconnect.com, and you can get your tickets for a small contribution of just $25. It's going to be a group session, but you will get a chance to ask questions and learn how you can get a job in the United States. We will talk about things like requirements, eligibility, credential evaluation, resume, and cover letters. We will have guest speakers to talk about that. We will also talk about different program sponsors, direct hire. So many things will be shared in this information session, and you don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. I promise you will not regret joining this information session, because you sure will learn more about how you can land a job teaching in the United States. See you next time. Bye.